Hi, David here. I'm going to go through some of the mags that's offered for the Ruger 1022. First you have the standard 10 round rotary mag, which is available from the factory. And then Ruger came out with the BX25, which is a 25 round capacity magazine. And first I thought I was going to have some problems with it, because it seemed to be kind of loose in there, but from my last video I did, I had no problems with it whatsoever. And then I reported upon this magazine, 25 round capacity magazine from HC Mag, that a friend of mine gave me. So it was used, and I complained about it, and when my friend Dennis gave it to me, he said that the factory recommended doing some filing on this to get it to fit, and I think he filed it down too much, because I never really was able to use it. It wouldn't lock inside. So I think the dimensions on there, yeah, as I was saying, the dimensions were too small for it to lock into place. So this sat around for about a year or longer, and I sent an email to HC Mag, and they responded promptly. I wanted to just buy a replacement, because this is easy to open up. There's 4 Allen screws that hold it together, and this metal feed part is replaceable. This is a stainless steel metal injected molded piece, and I said, hey, why don't I just buy one from you guys, and I'll be good to go. And they said, you know, we redesigned that part, and we're just going to send you a whole new mag. So a few weeks later I got a new mag in the mail, and seems to fit fine. There is a complete redesign. They have there is a cover on there. They put a new clip on there. This clip holds the rounds in so they don't fall out. There's a little lever on there that releases that, and they put little thumb grips on there. I'll show you how it works. This is the old part. There was no thumb grips. What you do is pull down on it and pull it out, and you'll load the ammunition in here, and it would be easy for it to slide out. So it's made out of high impact plastic, and a new mag. There you go. New mag locks into place. I'd like to add that this new mag, the replacement mag, locks in a lot more firmly than the Ruger BX25. I mean, look how solid that is. I'm very happy with that. Let's take a look at this old mag. It uses the same size Allen wrench that you would use on a Ruger BX22. So there's these 4 screws. Take out. You take the screws out, these nuts pop out too, so it's going to fall out of place. Let's take the stripper clip out. I think that's what they call this thing, the stripper clip. So when you take it apart, there's no parts that fall out. When you take it apart, there's parts that are stuck in one side and parts that are adhered to the other side. This is where the feed lips are. There's a little spring clip in here that holds the stripper clip. So you can see the feed lips are really easy to replace, and that's all I wanted in the first place. And then this side, this is the follower, the mag follower. And it goes back together just as easy as it came apart. Okay, the capacity is 25, and you can certainly load it manually if you want. There's a convenient thumb button here where you could pull down on the button and release tension on the spring. Just load them in manually. But you got to be careful. Once you're done loading, you have to check it. You have to make sure that the nose of the round is pointed up, and you have to make sure there's some spring tension on it as well, because sometimes if you look inside you'll see a gap in there, and that's a sign that it won't feed. And when that happens, you've got to shake it, turn it upside down, and then snap the follower so that you get tension on the rounds. And you can see that's not pointed up, so you just gotta make sure that you can push down on the nose of the round and feel that spring tension. You gotta shake it around and then let the spring do its work. See, that's still not right. I'm going to put a link to HC Mag's website, because they have a great video in there, to show how to flick your wrist and get the rounds in there proper. Yeah, I think it's in properly now, and you can see there's no air gaps in there. One nice feature about this is that there is a, whoops, see, I took it out. Took the clip out, and it brought all the rounds with it, and that's one of the nice features. When you load this, you're supposed to load 20 rounds in there. And this new lever here keeps them from falling out. So you can oh, I have some extras in there. There we go. You can pull back on the thumb release. Well, look at that. This thing came out. This is the, okay, there we go. That's a follower. I noticed on the new design, the follower changed its design. But you pull back. There we go. You pull back on the button and turn it, it'll stay there. And then you take your clip, load it in there, get the heel started in first, push down, there'll be spring tension, and then you push in up here. And then once that's in there, you turn this, it'll flip over. Then you could take your extra 5 rounds, and that'll load it up to the maximum 25. And also, whoops, I did it again. Okay, when you take this off, when it's loaded, it's only going to strip about 20 with it, and it's going to leave about 5 in there. So when it's got 25 in there and you pull this stripper clip out, it's going to leave some in there. Now there is a holding area. There's a bay on the side for 20 extra, and you could take those and drop them in there. Let's see, I think I got to pull on that. Yeah, pull on that lever. That'll hold 20 in there, and when you load this with 20 and then load it in there, it's got a little shield on the side here that'll keep these from falling out. So that'll give you 25 plus 20 for a total count of 45. So once you fire off the magazine capacity of 25, you can strip this through here. Let's see, you got to pull that lever. Pull those off of there, and then you drop them in the main magazine body, and you are ready to go. However, I did something wrong. You notice I didn't pull down on that, so got to do it again. You got to remember to pull this follower button down, turn that, and then charge it with the stripper clip. Then turn that button, and it'll load those 20 rounds. Then you can add 5. Let's try that again. Let's see what happens when I pull this out. See, I pulled it out. It only brought 5 with it. So as you can see, this takes some practice. Also takes some dexterity. And I think what I did wrong was, I think when you pull them out, you're supposed to have, supposed to pull this button down and lock it. So let's try that again. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay, I've got 20 here. Got the button down. They're all in the magazine. I can charge it. And let's see what happens when I try to remove them. Pull the button down, lock it, make sure all the rounds are down. They're not all down. Take this out. I've got most of them, but there's still some in there. Let's see if I could charge this loading area. Pull down on the lever. There we go. Got the loading area charged, and I could load this stripper clip again with 20 more. When I put them in, it'll lock these in place. See, those don't fall out. I'll have 20 here. I could release this button, and then I could add 5 more. Oh, and by the way, I apologize for the low lighting conditions. The bulb just burned out on my flood lamp. Been checking out this replacement mag, and I noticed when I pull the button down, see the follower pop out of place like that? It's supposed to be pointed up. So I think there's something loose in there. Now, HC Mag sent me another mag several months after I received the first replacement. When I look at that and pull this down, notice the follower does not pop out of place. Turn that thing. Of course it locks like the other when I turn it to replace it. So I could pull this all day long and you see the follower doesn't pop out of place. So I don't know what it is that holds this one down that won't hold this one down. So there's some type of problem with this. Just got to go far down deep enough that this will go in between the feed lips in there. See that? So it kind of looks like the flag on a post office box. Strange, you know, it does try to seat itself in there, but I don't think that's right. So I'm going to load this one. I got the button locked. Got 20 rounds here. Got that locked in down there like that. Got the top in. Let's release this button. Notice the round is now pointed up, so I'm going to have to play with that. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, open that mag up and you can see there's a Allen head screw on each side of that, so I'm going to put an Allen head wrench on each side and try to tighten it up a little bit, see if that helps. It only took about 1/8 of a turn, so there wasn't much in there. See if that makes any kind of difference. Nope. Still wants to fly away. Don't know what's up with that. About that quirky follower, I'm wondering if you're supposed to bottom out the follower and lock it before you remove the stripper clip, because when you do that there doesn't seem to be a problem. Follower's down at the bottom, you can load your stripper clip, put the rounds in, snap it in place, and then you can lock up the follower and it won't be jumping out on you. So it's probably not that big of a problem. And when I mentioned that HC Mag sent me a second replacement mag, that was totally unsolicited. It just came out of the blue. I wasn't expecting it. It just showed up in the mail, no letter or anything, just a box with a new mag addressed to me. So that was a very pleasant surprise. I'm very happy with the customer service out of HC Mags. I didn't care for the Winchester. Let's try the Remington. Yep, empty.